Hello everyone and welcome back to Farthest Frontier. Welcome back to Einholm as we are progressing to the next winter. In the last episode we finally finished our tier 3 town center in all its glory. I'm really just waiting now for two things. Finishing my cheesemaker and the next raid. The last raid is like almost 2 years ago, so I'm expecting it either now before winter or then right after winter. There must be something bigger coming. For that we've built up some more defense. It's really just within the means that we can do, right? I really can't do that much more than that. Fortifying my gates here, we got still at 72 stone. That's not enough to fortify the whole wall there anymore. And we got the barracks over there, but the barracks themselves, of course, it doesn't really do much. It just provides the soldiers that we have then as well. And I'm really just fortifying my storage area and also my town center there a bit with another tower, and that should be fine for now. 2 soldiers is not enough, but those soldiers usually are a bit stronger than normal raiders, right? So they should be doing a good job there as well. This one actually has a shield there too, and weapons, of course. Do I still have crude weapon? I don't, right? I only have really a bow and also no real armor, so getting another soldier in doesn't make sense. We don't have the equipment for this guy then, and he would probably just die very quickly. The one thing that I can do though, however, is fully staff those towers. So we got 2 here, and then also now 2 here, right? So they fully work. And of course, it's also once again increasing the monthly cost. And since also gold is very tightly tuned, we don't have a lot. So I cannot really afford more than these 3 towers there. But I think that's already pretty fine. 4 new villages have been born. We are once again at the cap of our housing. Since food is fine, we can continue expansion. So I still have room in this area where we can continue now with some more houses. I should also, of course, leave some room then available for some ornaments. So this house here, and then we are just going ahead with another row of houses in this area, and that's really it. And then we already have the hunters there. In between then some garden trails once more. Right, but that's already the last block in this area, and then we'll slowly work our way into this area as more buildings are required. For working towards the next tier 4 upgrade for tier 3 actually for my homesteads here, we do need some more desirability, and we also need another food type. The luxury good like a candle or pottery is already available in these houses, so they don't require that any longer, but we would require a bit more desirability. And for that means either upgrading then my garden trails, which is providing more desirability, but also adding more service buildings. So we do have more service buildings available. We have a pub, and we do have the theater. The theater is just very expensive, so I'm not working on that. But the pub is possible. And as we can see, it is adding another 10% desirability to the area. So just beside the healing hut, we could have this beauty. However, for the pub to work, we would need beer. So let's go ahead and check out my brewery. That is a resource actually. And there we have it. And this one consumes honey, grain, firewood and water, and produces then beer out of that. Resource-wise, once again, 30 stone, that's a lot, but we can afford it. And let's go ahead and have this one here, since there is also my grain here, and already my cheesemaker, so there's some light industry in this area. Makes it easier for people to move over then. Let's just find a suitable location. Just beside the river would be possible. It's also outside of the market, so let's go ahead and have the brewery then just in this tiny location there by the lake. That this is coming along. I think also a bit further over here in these houses we will start to see a waste problem now accumulating over time. That's because we have a lot of houses to cover now, and my compost yard is over there. I do need a second compost yard then, most likely in this location, but we'll just wait for this winter to pass, and then I'll just see how much also gets plundered, right? Because I'm fully expecting the next raid to be massive and probably once again a bit too strong for us. But the more raiders we can take down, the better, the less loot they take with them. Now come on, build me that cheesemaker here. It's very important on our way to more food. And look at that, right now, out of the 10 months of food, 9 are spoiling in the next 9 months. So this is really bad actually right now. Probably means that we don't consume enough. We have 2,700 beans. We got a lot of meat and fish in there, raw fish. So I got my smokehouse here. That should do the job for that. Oh, also we just had Christmas. So no one is working right now. But that should change again now with the end of the year. They usually start working again at the end of the year. Are they? It's a bit quiet out there on the streets right now. This is not my full population. Now they are going back to work. All right, as we can see. Now there's more people getting out again. This just looks very cozy during winter. And yeah, the year is coming to an end. We got year 19, a livestock animal was born, 3 new villages were born. Once again, we are pretty much at the cap, but more houses are coming up now. This will also lead to a bit more tax income again. Though that's not too much. I'm expecting the raiders also, but the trader as well. And by the way, I mean, I'm tightly tuned on my workforce right now, but I would really like to explore a bit more. Just to find, perhaps, hunting grounds, even though that is illusionary thinking. But that's definitely going to be city space at some point, right? So it's worth it exploring this. And there's the wolf den, we need to make sure of that. Probably could clear those wolf dens here with soldiers then. So I'm excited for that as well. We'll just see how strong my army is. And let's also scout a bit here. Very good. And the cheesemaker is online. There could be up to 6 people in here, which is pretty crazy. I think 2 will be fine, so we can assign a second person to that. And those 2 will then just get the milk. Do we have milk in store right now after the winter? I doubt it. Yeah, some 85 milk still left. But of course now winter's over and now milk production resumes. There's my cows getting out, fertilizing this ground there. Does it do anything, by the way? Yeah, it's getting a bit better over there, right? So that we can add more fields than far out there. That would be my goal. Alright, for the trader, there would be some weapons here again. And I would like to go for this. We still have a bit of iron ore left in the market itself. And then I would like to, yeah, sell some candles there. Let's sell some 18. And since we have lots of logs, we could also go ahead with at least selling 50 logs as they're coming in, right? We do need to make some money somewhere. Even though we got 1,500 in storage there too, I could also transport some of that over to my trading post, so that we can afford some of these additional weapons then here that we need. I think we still also have one more, yeah, heavy tool. This is then very important for the blacksmith. And we got 85 iron ingots in store as well. So resource-wise, I think we are on a pretty good path here. Right, there's the resources in. Let's sell it. 250 gold that we make out of that. And then the candles here, 200 gold. That's some nice income. And then we can sell, or we can purchase some of those weapons. Let's purchase 4. This will make my soldiers a bit stronger. And some tools. Ah, and there's the raiders. 19 raiders. Where are they? They're coming in from up here this time. Let's ring the bell. One of my hunters was actually shooting there for a second. Oh, and some of my villagers do what exactly? He's got a weapon and he thinks he can actually now attack them? This villager was an idiot. Yorm, you idiot. I'm sorry to say this. What the heck? And that is a crossbow and a weapon being lost to me. He was actually trying to fight them. What can I say? Alright, they're rushing now towards my storage buildings, obviously. And to my town hall. Right, the storage area itself. Oh, yeah, that's where the main force is going. And here they're just dying. No chance that they actually take this one. And yeah, as we can see, they're attacking the stone gate. And this time, they don't have such an easy time with it, as they're just dying like flies now to all of these countless towers that we have. Very good. This was actually really successful. 9 raider. Oh, the first raid was completely destroyed now. Didn't loot anything. And the second one is still attacking my barracks. So let's get my soldiers over. Perhaps we can still save the barracks there. I don't think we can save it. So they're actually just relentlessly attacking now my barracks. And with that, yeah, just like magic, those soldiers here stop being soldiers. This never happened to me again before. So it's a bit of a shock, to be honest. I did not expect them to so relentlessly attack the barracks already. Alright, this raid is gone now too. We can stop with the bell. I think for the most part it was successful. However, we learned something, or I learned something new. We need to protect the barracks better there. Right, so let's rebuild it and probably move it in here, as I have no desire of building a vault at this point anyway. Since all the gold that we store it's just totally fine here in my storehouse as well. And also, what was really cool is that stone gate, how it held up. Right, so no chance they could actually get into my core storage area. Fine. Very good. I hope it's over. Seems to be over. Now we can work on the important things again. That is cheese making. And yeah, it already started. So cheese production is fully up and running. 170 we already produced this year. Out of the bit milk that we get from the barn. And grain wise we have plenty of, and my flour mill also has now 150 flour left. Fertility wise we are also looking at full harvests for the most part. This is how it should be. This one actually has turnip and the grain, so 2 fertility reductions. Let's just see how that turns out then. The other big raiding party, 17 out of the 19 were killed. They destroyed 1 building. That was the barracks, but didn't loot anything. So, yeah. I think actually we don't really need the barracks at this point if the next raiding party is as big as this one. Let's also upgrade the skate here for the lookout tower. But what I think is we do need to better protect our town hall. Right, as this is also getting attacked. So what we might actually do is we might move the barracks just to the town hall and protect both of them at the same time with the lookout tower. I think this is what I'm going to do. Let's get rid of these walls here. I don't need them. And I'm going to move my lookout tower a bit further here to the center. And the well here also needs to go. 8 people like to join. Hello and welcome. That's some good workforce. I'll take you. Let's move the well a bit further down here. And then I would like to move the barracks over there once it has been repaired. 13 more stone is missing. And by the way, another thing we should check regularly is my work camp. That they have enough wood and stuff like that. So there's this one. As we can see, fully depleted here. We need to wait on more trees again, so it can work in that area where there's also plenty of stone. Let's actually tone down on the ratio there. 2 to 1 for the stone production. And then we got this one. That will also work a bit further over there with the stone. And let's also reduce its ratio there in favor of stone. Another fishery. Let's just go for this lake up there as well. Another disease, yep. And yeah, also of course we lost now a lot of food to spoilage. So the beans that we had, right? And this is dropping us to 2 months there again. Though with the harvest and the cheese making and the fishery, I think we will be really fine for the next winter. However, I should work on, or starting to work now, either on upgrading my root cellar. This will increase the rate or reduce the rate of food spoilage significantly. So this is the first thing that I would like to do. And the other one would be the barrel maker. So the cooper, I think it's called. And with that, we'll have a better time than overall. Also, furniture. Furniture is pretty worth it, as furniture is selling for high price. It does require though heavy tools. So the other thing that I want to go now is, the blacksmith forge. We have enough iron ingots, 250 gold. We have all the resources here and the last heavy tools. And with that, we can then go ahead and finally make weapons ourselves and also produce heavy tools ourselves. And let's just also have it right here next to the other 2 heavy industries, so that they're all combined. And this road then could also well continue along the lake on that side. So my goal of course is to have it all around the lake here. So this lake is fully surrounded by a big town. And for now we grow the industry. Finally also real work has started on the fields, because we have the workforce again with the latest immigration wave. Very important that we continue on the food production. And I would also occasionally like to check my fertility. Yep, it's really going up here well now. Up to 60 I think I would like to go it for. And then we move it over to this area. So we can really... Oh, there's high fertility ground there. So this whole area can be farming at some point. And yeah, most of our food actually consists of beans and cheese right now, which is not that bad. You can eat them together, I think. And harvest season is already upon us as well. So this will be just grand for my food supply, of course. We also have plenty of shoes right now and clothing, and that as a result of that we have a pretty high villager happiness, right? So it's almost at a maximum. Only the clothing is lacking a bit still, but that's it. So village wise, people are feeling fine. That's how it should be. It's the end of the year, so also my fishing racks are empty, right? So there's no more fish in the lake for now to fish. So also another thing that I've learned from this playthrough is that there is a total amount of fish per lake, right? And whatever is assigned to it will not get any lake. So all fishing basically the same fish, just at a faster rate. And since we are already out of fish by autumn with all 3 fishing racks, I don't need all 3 of them. I can get rid of one of them, and this would be one of them. So this one, bye-bye. We do save some workforce with that. There's also just one more heavy tool missing for my blacksmith. Please get it over. I know we have it. And don't tell me otherwise. Also, with all the grain coming in, the first granary is already at its maximum capacity, so I would like to have another one, especially since they're not that expensive. Another granary, yeah, probably right here next to my mill, where we can have it then just fine, and also just beside the field so it can get transported over there. Let's make it a high priority, because we do have some grain lying around there still, that we will need to assign then to the granary. Very important. And it seems like I'm actually missing a heavy tool. I thought I had 2 in stock. Where did I consume the heavy tool? I have a feeling. Wait a second. No, the cheesemaker was not it. And my brewer should also not have been the cause for this. Nope. No one of them consumes the heavy tools. So I did lose it somewhere along the way. Alright, at least the barracks are fully up and running again, have the soldiers. Let's move the barracks though, right next to my town hall. Let's have a bit of a distance though, to add some walls to it as well. And this one will be then able to protect our town center. Yeah, I think I'm going ahead with this one. Let's place it over there. And then for the district, right, there will be the market. Then there is a good overlap, so the market will be here somewhere. And then we can have enough houses around it. Of course, the garrison will destroy some space here that we could use otherwise. But I think it's a good location. I think it's also going to look quite nice to have the garrison right here in the town center. I will, however, need to redo this road here, because it's in the way there right now. No idea why we need to destroy everything here. And then like this. Perfect. So that we still have some room here left for a wall then. And then there's also this whole road going around it. And we'll just leave a bit of space there then for a wall. Perfect. That's that. And then we have one tower here. And probably another tower then here by the barracks as well. And I think that's it for now. Yep. And then we just expand with our district into this area as next. And we don't need this because we are already at the cap again. Another winter is upon us, Christmas season, and yeah, we're pretty bad on food there once more. It will last us through the winter, of course, but not by a lot. We were not able to finish the granary on time, so that means this whole grain here will probably be lost then as well. And yeah, this brewery is also not coming along yet, even though we have the stone. But since we have a few constructions up right now, my builders have a problem, have a bit of trouble keeping up. Yeah, and there's already gone, right? One is already gone. I think it's just spoiling now there, out there. Or is it being transported? I think it's being transported to the mill, at least. That's something. Yep, looks good. Being, yeah, over here to the granary. So we can use some of that actually in the windmill. And there we go. Also, my barracks are now very close here to my town center. Next year, 2 livestock animals were born. Very good. I've also assigned now another person to the wagon shop so that we have a better transportation time. And I think also, yeah, 10 out of 12 cows. So we are pretty close now to starting to slaughter cows. And with that, we will see a huge influx of pelts and tallow then. By the way, of pelts, we have plenty of them yet. Being consumed then only for the shoes at this point. And the second granary is also up now to supply the additional grain that we need. And it's a lot by now. And the grain is also being used for the barn, of course, but also for the windmill. And we do need a lot of that. Let's just check it out there. Also, my flour supply is pretty great. So I think a third bakery will be beneficial now soon. Ah, yeah. And there we're at the housing cap once more. We reached this area, this point way too quickly. And I think now both of my markets are fully used. So we'll need to have some more city expansion next up. Ah, very good. Also, we got the brewery now up and running, starting to produce the beer out of the grain and the honey. And this will then enable us to pop. And with that, a pretty huge desirability bonus there on top. And I think also some income with that, of course. Now, another thing. Oh, look at that. That's a nice scenery here. The fields with the buildings then right next to them. Beautiful, really. Another thing that I wanted to do is having a look at my brick cellar, because we can upgrade it now, or my root cellar. We make it a brick cellar. With 30 bricks and 100 gold, we increase the spoilage, right? So the durability of food in here. And since this is the main food building, let's upgrade this one first. And then I'm going ahead with upgrading the second brick one that we have over there, as this one will become more important now over time, right? It doesn't have too much at the moment in it. It's being consumed in the smokehouse mainly, but since these fields are coming along now soon, this brick cellar will also be, or this root cellar will also be more important than down the road. Unfortunately, the trader doesn't have anything of value for us. Just a bit of stuff that we can sell. So for now, we're happy and continue onwards. Stay tuned.